Today, I'm going to take you through the entire process of decorating my living room, and yes, I use AI to help me out. Welcome back to my channel. This is Uppbeat. Let me give you a little background before we dive in. I'm a homebody. I spend a lot of time at home, whether it's watching series on TV, reading, listening to the music, or just hanging out with friends. So it was really important for me to create a living room that feels cozy, comfortable, and inviting. All the furniture in my living room is from IKEA or Wayfair, and I compared these two brands in my previous video. If you haven't seen it, I talk about how IKEA and Wayfair stack up in terms of quality, price, and style. You can check that out for more details. Also, as you watch this video, you're going to see the clips of the process. So, let's get started. As I mentioned, I wanted this space to feel like home while staying within my budget. Since I rented this apartment, I didn't want to invest in something that wouldn't work in a future space. And that's exactly why I focused on the essentials: a rug, a TV console, a sofa, an accent chair, and a floor lamp, and a coffee table. At first, I thought about getting a sectional sofa. I mean, they are great for hosting and relaxing. But my living room is not that big. Instead of that, I went with a smaller sofa and I paired it with an accent chair. This decision helped me to keep the space open and functional. Moving on, choosing the rug was one of the trickiest parts. I believe rugs can set the tone for the entire room, and there are so many options out there. Also, regarding the size, should the rug go completely under the sofa, just under the two front legs, or not at all? I actually have a separate video all about decorating a living room where I explain these in details. You can check it out. When it came to style, I wanted my living room to feel light, airy, and neutral with just a pop of color. Pinterest was my go-to for inspiration. I pinned a ton of living room ideas to figure out my vibe. Moving on, the sofa that I choose is a light neutral shade. It's not so light that it will show every bit of dust, but it keeps the room feeling open and bright. For some personality, I added green accent chair. It's not a bold green, but it's enough to stand out without overpowering the whole space. Then there is the rug. I chose Persian style rug to bring warmth and coziness to the space. As someone who is Persian, this feels like a meaningful addition. I could have gone with a modern rug, and honestly, I think those would have looked great too. At the same time, I think rugs are one of the easiest things if you ever want to swap with something else. So if I ever want to change the vibe, probably I would change the rug. But for now, I think this Persian rug looks good. And I think this rug ties everything together. You will see it yourself. Here is where AI came to the picture. I used it to help me visualize how my living room would look before doing any purchases. First, I modeled a layout of my living room with the exact dimensions in a 3D software. However, if you are not familiar with 3D modeling, don't worry, you don't need a special software to do this. You can actually describe your space to ChatGPT, sharing details like the dimensions of the space, the position of the windows, and the color palette that you have in your mind. I also sent a photo from Pinterest that almost represented the style that I'm going for. I asked ChatGPT to combine these elements and generate a visual concept of my living room. While the results weren't perfect, they were so helpful in giving me a clearer idea of how everything would look together. This process is great for anyone who is feeling stuck or overwhelmed by design decisions. I mean, you don't have to be a designer. Just describe your space and share a few style preferences, and then let AI to give you the starting point. Before I dive deeper into the details of the design, let me tell you about the assembly process. My friend and I worked together to put everything together, from the sofa to the TV console to the accent chair, and I recorded the entire process. It was chaotic at times, but honestly, it was so much fun. There's something really satisfying about taking an empty room and and slowly turning it into a space that feels like home. As I mentioned in the video where I compared IKEA and Wayfair, I try to schedule all my deliveries to arrive at the same time or at least on the same day to make things easier. However, it didn't quite work out that way. I ended up receiving the deliveries on different days. And for some part, my friend helped me, and for others, I had to do it by myself. One of the last pieces to arrive was the rug, which I was especially excited about. I remember coming home after my 9-to-5 job and seeing the rug waiting for me. I couldn't wait because I knew the rug would completely transform the space. Without even changing my clothes, I immediately opened it up and placed it in the room. It was such a satisfying moment because it finally tied everything together. And now, let me show you the final result. This is how my living room turned out. It's cozy, functional, and exactly what I envisioned. The neutral tones create a calm atmosphere, while the green accenture adds a subtle pop of color. And the Persian rug, it's the heart of the room, bringing everything together. If you're thinking about decorating your own space, I hope this video gives you some inspiration. I believe AI is such a useful tool to explore different design options and making confident decisions. I mean, even if you're not sure about your own style, tools like ChatGPT can help guide you to the right direction. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe. See you in the next one.